Welcome to Handicap Born Black in America. I'm your host, Ramon Rome. This is being brought to you by Concerned Citizens Alliance. Our mission is to advocate and protect citizens through information, education, self-empowerment or economic empowerment, and action. Our motto is local politics makes a difference. The title of this video is Racist Georgia Juror Uses Racial Slur to the Condemned. That's right. A Georgia man to be executed, and he was executed, thanks to a jury who stated, "It's what the nigger deserve." That's right. This is what he said. Now, the guy who said it, his name was Thomas Bluffington, and he was sitting on his murder trial. The guy who was committed this murder was back in 1996 when, during a botched burglary, he shot the victim like headshot. I mean, there's no doubt about that he killed the woman. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing. He wasn't found guilty by a jury. He pled guilty. Now, normally in cases, when you plead guilty, you don't get the ultimate punishment. You plead guilty, you get life imprisonment, or you get 30 years, or whatever the punishment is. Normally, you don't get the death penalty unless you're black. Unless you're black, they'll throw the book at you. They'll find some way to they're gonna give you the harshest punishment. And here's a funny part. I mean, not fun. None of this is funny, but in Georgia, prosecutors have excluded every black prospective juror in death penalty cases. Now, all the blacks you have, you mean to tell me, and then especially cases that have a black defendant. So you got a black defendant and you got an all-white jury. What do we expect? Like, I believe it was Tim Wise in his book called Colorblind. He said that in his research, he said that 80% of white people have a bias against blacks. So you got an all-white jury that has 80% of them have a bias against blacks. Now, this guy here, Mr. Bluffington, he's not only his bias. He gave an interview and said this. There's an affidavit that says that, hey, the nigga got what he deserved. And so when we're looking at this, and I'm trying to say to myself, like, if you're white watching this, you don't understand. You're not experiencing this. This is not shocking to me. This does not shock me at all. This is my reality. This is our reality. When we're talking about our justice system, be it civil or criminal, our reality is what this Mr. Kenneth Fults. He's dead now. They executed him. And knowing the fact that this guy here, what this jury said, well, how in the world did you plead guilty? You pled guilty. Why not go through a trial? I mean, it would have resulted in the same thing. He pled guilty. And I have no problem with the death penalty. I'm just have a problem with on how they administer it. You have a black defendant, and you have no blacks on the jury. None at all. So Mr. Bluffington could use a racial slur all he wanted amongst the jury because there were no black jurors. And the fact that the prosecutors, they make sure that there's none. In the last decade, attorneys have used preparatory challenges 3 times as often to remove potential black jurors as others in Louisiana, Caldos Parish, according to New York Times. Now, John and I, we did a video recently. Please look at the video. We did a video about the voir dire and where the voir dire, where that's where the racism starts. the jury pool to where who's going to be on the jury. Now let me tell you what prosecutors and defense on race cases, civil cases, they don't want blacks with college degrees. They don't want those blacks on the jury. They don't, because the blacks on the jury, they're more thought provoking. I mean, they're going to be asking questions. They will challenge. They will challenge those white supremacists that are inside those juries. But when we look at the jury pool in Georgia, to where on death penalty cases where a black defendant, you are almost certain of being convicted and sentenced to death. You're almost certain. There are no, Georgia makes sure that there are no blacks on the jury pool. Why is that? It's the elimination of the race. They've been doing it ever since they freed the slaves. We got to we got to cut them down. We got to reduce the amount that we have here. This is a shame that Mr. Thomas Buffington, he's dead now. He gave his affidavit before he died. He's dead now, but he had no problem. He was pretty comfortable using the N-word. He was pretty comfortable. My thing is that he pled guilty. All right? And he had a 4th grade reading level, and there's some things about him. But, you know, he was guilty. He didn't, there's no doubt about that he committed a crime. But now, should he have gotten a death penalty after pleading guilty? I say not. This has been another edition of Handicapped Born Black in America. I'm your host, Ramon Rome. Please like, share, and subscribe on these videos. We appreciate your time. My time is up. And I thank you for yours.